In today's video, we find out what happens when all the bosses inside of Chapter 4 Season 4 meet each other. That means Kado Thorn, the Diamond Dealer, and Hearts Dealer, and the Henchmen all meet each other. Let's jump into this, find out what happens when they battle. I can't wait to see. Okay, if you guys are new around here, roughly 98% of you guys watching are already subscribed, so tap that subscribe button. It'd mean the world to me if you guys could do that. So, let's jump on in. So now inside of the creative BR, and luckily Kado Thorn, Diamond Dealer, and Hearts Dealer spawn inside of here. So the procedure to set this up was pretty simple. We spent a bit of time in creative in here, went down to the vault down here, and we could use the creative devices to make this a lot easier than usual. So down here what we did was we set up these old style boxes from the original boss meets, if you remember them. We used to trap bosses inside of these with bouncers. So we're going to set these up inside of here, get a few of these down, place down a few of the different materials. We'll get a few different things. We're going to need some iron walls, and what these are going to do is they're actually going to trap the bosses in here, because what we're going to do is teleport the bosses over using teleporters. It's fairly simple to do. It's very easy actually compared to other previous boss meets. There's no movement required. It's just a simple procedure of setting up a few devices. We farmed a few of these loot. Usually we'd do this in the back in the day where we'd farm a bunch of stuff, and we can just set them up in these boxes. And then what we'll do is we'll put teleporters in there. You can see there's teleporters in these boxes. We don't know which boxes they're going to teleport to yet, but you know, they will teleport to one of these four. We've got a lot of teleporters in all the boxes, so we'll get these set up here. And this should allow the different dealers to teleport to different boxes, because we'll set the teleporters up nicely, and that should all work. So this is pretty good. This is the procedure we have here. And then if we go over to the location of the spawn locations for Diamond Dealer and Hearts Dealer, you'll find them here at the suites. You can go down here and you can go underground, and you should find them down here in this basement. It can be a little bit difficult to find sometimes, but down here this is where they'll spawn. So what we'll do is we'll set up a bunch of teleporters in the main room where they spawn, which is in here, and these teleporters basically they'll walk through these teleporters accidentally, and then when they do walk through the teleporters, that will send them straight to the location of Kado Thorn, and we can watch the fight at his main. So our friend Awakened Fan's helping us out here, and we should be set to go. You can see what I've actually done is set up these here. These are invisible in game, but these are what they're going to do is they're going to bounce the players back. So as the bosses try to escape, because they always like to try and escape, they can't. They'll just bounce back in, and it should be super fun. So the fight will continue to happen at this location, and that button there on the right is also to make it so they can actually fight. Also guys, I've released a brand new Heroes Powered map. If you guys are interested in playing it, it's really cool. It's got all the hero powers in, and more powers are going to be getting added in throughout the season. It's got flying, lots of other powers as well. The code is on screen. You guys can try it. Teleportation, where you can teleport into people's boxes, and all the powers are free inside of here. Bodyguards as well, so all the powers are able to be used completely for free, so you don't have to worry about it. Invisibility's in here as well, and lots more powers will be added in, like I said, throughout the up and coming seasons. It's super awesome because all weapons are in here as well. You can head in with the map code on screen and try it out today. Let me know what you guys think. It's super fun. Okay, so jumping back into the gameplay, we've now started the game inside of our battle bus, and what we're going to do is we're going to look for the location of Kado Thorn, which is going to be over at his main spawn over at the estate Eclipsed, and we're going to land in over there, and hopefully all of the bosses should just come through the teleporters, and they should all be there, and the fight should begin quite nicely. Luckily, what's cool about this mode is we can fly around, which should give us some extra kind of speed and just be able to get there super quick. You can see you can just land straight in, no need to glide or anything, so everything's super sweet and super fast. It actually feels a little bit unrealistic when you're moving around this quickly in fly mode. It's really crazy. So obviously the locations of these are different spots. We're going to head over to one of them because it looks like they haven't spawned at Kado's, but if we go over to this one over here, Rentless Retreat, we'll find out that they spawn in the basement. There are teleporters down at this one as well. My other friend Awakened Fan set these up, so we go down into the basement, go down, follow down here, and you'll see Rentless Retreat spawn. Should be, there it is. Okay, here's the teleporters, there's the boss, so all we gotta do is get into aggro. Oh, we didn't even have to do anything, and there we are. We've spawned in nicely, and he's inside his box, the other one's in the box, so all we've got to do is break these out of their boxes, and the fight should begin. There we are, broken one out, broken the next one out. Come on, there we are. Okay, they're in the arena, and there we are. We have the fight beginning. We just got to let them get into the fight. Let's get out of here safely, get ourselves in a nice position to watch this fight and see what's going to go down. Are they all fighting? Okay, they are. Okay, those down there. All right, this is going to be interesting. Let's get myself in a nice position to get this fight up and running. You can see them in there. All right, perfect. All right, as always, let's switch over to the replay and see what's going to happen. Okay, so jumping into the replay, first off, we've got Kado Thorn. We've got them inside of their boxes here, and the first operation for us was to break out their boxes, which you guys saw. That was the most crucial part, because getting them out of the boxes gets them into the arena. You can see all of the henchmen come bursting out. We've got the 2 henchmen coming out here. We've got the Diamond Dealer over here. We've got Hearts Dealer as well in the fight. They're all going to be on the same team, but luckily Kado's going to be on his own team. So will Kado be able to take out all of these henchmen and the other 2 bosses solo? This is going to be interesting to see if he can. Now, currently the bosses aren't targeted on Kado, so it gives him a little bit of an advantage. He takes to the side corridors as well, using the side corridors and the Midas drum gun to beam in on these henchmen while they're currently targeted on us while we are breaking them out of their boxes. There's nothing we can do about that, sadly, because we can't go invisible, but we managed our best to get them out of the boxes into this arena, which is good enough. And Kado is also starting off in this side corridor, like I said. Now, the side corridor is a good advantage because he's got some good line of shots. As the henchmen do come past that side corridor, they will keep getting force pushed back in by our little kind of barrier which we've set up, the invisible force push which we've got, which is super fun using that there. The wind tunnels are just so cool just to be able to push people around. Look at them being pushed straight back in. So cool. I love that. So you can see Kado's using his advantage over here. For some reason, the time machine does spawn in over here, even though it's not here in game right now. It's just bugged inside the creative. It hasn't moved, so it's still in that location. But you can see Kado's beaming in. He switches over to his melee ability, but doesn't use it too much. His melee doesn't get used very often. I would think that he would use it more, but he doesn't. And sometimes he actually breaks when he uses his melee ability. But you can see these henchmen over here are beaming on Kado. Kado's currently glitched, actually a little bit broken, which gives the henchmen that little bit of advantage where at the start they weren't shooting at Kado, but now they just got a bunch of shots back at him without him even shooting back. So that definitely makes it a bit more fair, I'd say, on that side. Now you can see Kado's using his dash ability here on one of the dealers. Looks like it's Hearts Dealer. Hearts Dealer goes towards the back and gets flung by the force. Then obviously you've got our 3 henchmen which are still standing here in this center here. Hearts Dealer again moving in on that side. Diamond Dealer aiming in as well. Kado again a bit bugged, but they're not hitting too many shots on him. Once he switches to that, he kind of keeps switching between that drum gun and that melee weapon there. It's interesting to see that he's doing that. I would not think that the kinetic blade would just kind of sit there, but he does. All right, so he switches back to his blade and then switches back to his drum gun. Using his drum gun now, takes down the first henchman. So there goes our first takedown, and the second henchman also gets taken down by the Kado Dawn. Really good job from Kado. He's doing a really good job switching over again. His shield has been lost, so he is shield down, but now he only has 3 of his enemies remaining to take out. Shouldn't be too difficult from Kado, taking a little bit of extra damage there, trying his best to dodge it, but he's getting beamed in by the Diamond and the Heart Dealer. They're doing a good job, and they're taking advantage of the remains of the boxes, which is coming in quite nicely. You can see getting a bit of damage on Kado as he does bug. Well, you can see there's only a few shots actually really hitting him. As you guys know, standing still is an advantage against NPCs. They struggle to shoot you when you're stood still. Don't know why that is. It's just something which we've discovered in the past in these videos. But Kado does get moved in a bit. We force push him in a little bit using our little impulse. You can see he's still not attacking, so they've got a little bit of advantage right now. Beaming on these, getting as much damage down as possible. I think it's quite interesting to see. I'm just going to speed it up a little bit because it looks like Kado's a little bit bugged, and why Kado does get unbugged, we may as well show the footage just to see the amount of damage he gets taken on him. Using a little shockwave on him, that gets him straight out the bug, and he jumps back into using his drum gun. Still missing a few shots though. He's getting forced all around the places, but he's using okay. He's missing a few shots, and then he glitches out back again in this corner. Hopefully we can get him out of here, back in the action. You can see we've got him up on his time machine, and now he's ranging in and beaming in with that drum gun, doing as much damage as possible. Only hitting a few shots though, not enough shots to be able to eliminate them just yet. He's going to have to hit a few more shots to get that extra damage off and get that elimination in. Switching back to the drum gun, aiming on the Diamond Dealers. He's trying his best. The dealers are being force pushed over here. Again, Kado's doing okay, but just not hitting enough shots. I'd say the dealers are hitting more shots than Kado, but Kado, oh, maybe not. It looks like he's done a lot of damage to that dealer over time at the start and managed to take down one of the dealers. So one of the dealers goes down and the other dealer is remaining. So we've got a dealer and a henchman just remaining. Henchman goes down as well. It's a 1v1 right now between, is it Hearts Dealer? I think it is. It's Hearts Dealer versus Kado Dawn in this 1v1 situation. He tries dashing in with his blade, but misses a few shots there. It's quite exciting. You can see here in this 1v1, look at their health. They are both on critical HP right now. Who is going to win between these two? Let's find out. Kado's going in. He's switching here between his blade. Switches to his Midas drum gun. Beams in on the drum gun. Misses a few shots. Hits one shot there. This is so tight right now. They're on so low HP. Both of these are on one hit. And he does. He gets the elim. He takes down the henchman and gets the finish. Wow, I did not expect that. Let's check how much HP he actually had left. Here we are. 1 hit, 2 hit. Oh, 2 hits. No, 1 hit. We only got 1 hit on him. 2 hits, 3 hits. 3 hits. So 60 HP Kado Dawn had left. That was insane.